Hello friends, it's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the citywide special. The Eagles keep rolling with a blowout win in Dallas and will play for the division lead against the Commanders on Thursday. The defense has been one of the best in the league the past few weeks. Can Vic Fangio's squad keep it up? Should the Birds be considered Super Bowl contenders? The Sixers pick up a win against the Hornets on Sunday, but are off to a miserable start to the season. Tyrese Maxey is out with a hamstring injury. Joel Embiid is finally off the injury report and may be making his season debut Tuesday against the Knicks. The Flyers split games against the Lightning and Panthers in Florida. Matvei Mishkov is scratched for 2 games. Should we be losing our patience with Torts? The Phillies promote Preston Mattingly to general manager as Sam Fold transitions to business operations. What are we hoping for in the offseason? Will the Phils make a strong push to sign Juan Soto? All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
Good to be back. It's been a minute since the whole group's been together, but good to be back down here. Weather's obviously pretty nice, despite the occasional smell of smoke here and there.
Yeah.
The just world burning down already.
Finally rained.
But yeah, nice to wake up to some rain. That was good. Everything looked a little bit cleaner finally. Everything was getting all dusty. Every car looking all shitty all the time too. So that was nice. But yeah, man, good to be back.
Yeah, it feels weird to be back. It's been almost a month. The last episode, Pat, that you and I recorded was October 16th.
Damn.
Here it is, 11/11. Make a wish.
Yeah, 11/11.
Shout out to the vets. Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even know what to do with myself. It just feels weird. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, nothing major happened while we were gone. No history-altering elections or anything like that. Nothing really to talk about. It's just
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I honestly forgot that had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't even a week ago.
No.
Like it feels like it was so long ago. At the same time, like it was only a week. It wasn't even a week ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean the Birds put the whoop down on Dallas, so that kind of it's a nice palate cleanser.
Yeah.
George Bush and his little mini cheeseburger sliders, and still got to watch us dominate the Cowboys. So felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was he doing there for? What was he there for?
I guess because they were just in Texas, so he was just showing up to watch a game.
Okay.
George.
I don't know. He was there when they flipped the coin. They
he did the coin toss or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But probably some Texas bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all
I remember
downhill.
when they used to sometimes try to wheel out H.W. Bush for shit. Remember,
dude, the one where you at the Astros game?
Yeah, where he could not throw the ball, and he just holds it up, and the crowd goes nuts. It's like, what a diseased society.
every time when it's like going into work on Friday after Thursday Night Football, how I'm going to function, it's just that meme of him that's me. That's my one brain cell working that day.
Yeah, it was funny. Like yesterday, watching the game, they showed a clip of some vets. Trevor, were you there at Nick's house yet when we were watching? They showed the one vet, and he was just sitting there, mouth was wide open, his skin was just completely pale, translucent looking. It's like, yeah, my man's definitely
in
dead.
The box.
Yeah, you saw that? Yeah. He was like on some Jimmy Carter or something.
Yeah, he's the last remaining veteran of the War of 1812.
Yeah.
Might as well have been.
Honestly,
looked like they just grabbed a skeleton and put it in a seat.
It was nuts, but. They got to see a terrible game from their point of view, and we got to see a fantastic game from our point of view. It's good to be able to beat Dallas handedly. Obviously, what you always want to see is Hurts versus Dak and all that, and when everyone's healthy. But at this point, the way the season's been going, fuck it. I'll take a blowout win wherever I can get it, whoever we're playing against.
Yeah. I mean, Cowboys have been playing like shit even with Dak, so I mean,
I'm
not going to sit here and be like, well, this, I think we would have won anyway. So, but, putting the beat down on him was definitely extra nice,
Yeah, first
in Dallas especially, hadn't won there in 7 years.
Yeah,
so nice to finally get that monkey off our back. Yeah,
first win in Dallas since the Super
Jerry's
Bowl
World.
season, 2017, since we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Not saying anything about that yet, but hey, I mean, that's a good omen if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I'll take it. First half left little to be desired. You're like, oh, God, it's going to be an ugly game. But then second half, adjustments were made, and we won the turnover battle that way, so that felt good. First half was just a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those turnovers the Cowboys were committing were just laughable.
Dude, the goofiest one was, I forget who it was that like popped the ball out, but then two of the Cowboys linemen were just like could not get the ball.
Just sit on it.
I know he had to like land on top of it. And he was just bumbling around for it, and then
the fact that it started off, he fumbled the ball like in the middle of the field, and they got all the way to the sideline when there was only two guys trying to pick it up. It's like, what? This is just, I was cracking up the whole entire time. Like, this is just, it's like Pee Wee football shit.
Yeah, it was like
here.
Three Stooges or something, or Tom and Jerry. I don't know.
Still got the ball. They they messed around with it so long that we were able to get around and have two guys that got it. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was nice to see us pop one out when Zeke had that goal line run.
Yo, he's so washed.
Dude. It was really funny because I mean the whole time they've been handing it off to Dowdle, who's pretty much their number one back now, and finally they get near the goal line. It's like, all right, let's get Zeke in here, and then immediately just fumbles the ball.
He might as well come out in a wheelchair too, like George Bush the first. Like they're like, all right, bring out the fat boy. He's here. Like what?
Zeke's about to be looking like Jimmy Carter.
Bad man.
Yeah, and then they got Dalvin Cook, who didn't even
I don't think he even saw him yesterday.
Yeah, if this was 2014, you'd be like, damn, they got a great backfield, but like no one. This isn't cool. Like what? Whatever. I'll take it though. I'll take it. Happy with it. The sun getting in everyone's eyes again. CeeDee Lamb couldn't catch a break. Can't see shit.
Yo, to be fair, it is like if I'm a player, I would hate that.
It's so funny.
They can't invest in curtains.
I know they can't.
The world's
figure out,
biggest curtain.
It's like
or like one of those retractable. I mean, you spend all that money for the stadium. You're telling me you can't make one
like a $1.5 billion stadium.
What's
or
a couple
whatever?
more mil to put like I don't know a curtain or some kind of shades or something up there or an awning on the outside. I don't know.
Yeah, we're saying you just need to get like some Venetian blinds and just have some guy just rotate the little rod.
You just see him like it's just one guy's job. But whatever, until they fix that shit, it's going to be brutal to play.
Yo, I did think it was so funny when Jerry Jones was like, yeah, we know the damn sun is there. No one says anything about the damn moon.
Right. It's like the reporters are like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Dude, I love Jerry Jones. I hope he never dies.
Yeah.
I hope he lives forever.
He needs to be like Jimmy Carter also. Just live to be forever. Wheel him in there, make decisions on draft day. He's just...
I hope Jerry Jones has all the adrenochrome he needs to live, a very, very long life.
I did get a kick out of, when usually the Cowboys are getting smoked. We started calling for it in the third quarter. Where's the shot of Jerry in his box? Mm-hmm. They tried to take a shot at him in his box, and his chair was just empty.
Yeah, he's gone.
Just straight up left.
Yep.
It's like, fuck it, I'm out.
Bad. Yeah, it's a shame, man. Not a shame. I don't give a shit. Fuck Dallas, but I feel like they had a lot of hope and promise when they signed Mike McCarthy. Even I was like, this is like an interesting pickup, but I don't know, man. The Mike Zimmer thing, you lose Dan Quinn. Clearly, he was their nucleus there to keep that defense in check to be able to play. The defense is just ass.
I mean, it didn't help that Micah Parsons was out for
half
the season. DeMarcus Lawrence is still out.
Still,
what do you call it? Duron Bland, the guy that had like 6 pick sixes last year, he's out.
That's right.
That's true.
So their defense is banged up. I mean, Mike Zimmer can coach a defense a little bit. Like, I don't know. He's kind of old and curmudgeonly.
He's always been a good defensive coach.
Yeah.
He can still coach a defense. He just can't be a head coach. But I think
he can't coach a defense now, though. I mean, I get it, but their defense has not been playing well.
I mean, they're banged up. That's the thing. 3 of their best players are or were hurt.
Mm.
Like, I'm not here to give them credit, but I'm just saying, like, Mike Zimmer isn't a bad D coordinator. But whatever. I'm not crying about them. I'm glad that they lost, dude.
Yeah, fuck them.
Big win. And it came at a time when I feel like you mentioned, like, in the beginning of the pod, like, are the Eagles ready to be called Super Bowl contenders? I'm not going to say that yet. However, it was good to have a blowout win that we did in consecutive weeks, while at the same time, it showed, like, Washington took a little loss, but, they're not, I'm not ready to say that they're done yet, but it was good to see them kind of hit the brakes and slow down. Good to see another front runner in the NFC and the Lions kind of, I don't know how they pulled that win out, but to have your quarterback throw 5 picks, so that was a good sign to show that, like, okay, Detroit might be 8-1, but there's definitely a lot of weaknesses there. If Houston can do that to them, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think that NFC is pretty, we'll see what happens Thursday. I think a lot of that depends on how we show up at home then, but it's up for the taking, really. And we put ourselves in a position now. We're 7-2. We're right there. I mean, the number 1 spot is right above us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also keep thinking back to If it weren't for that Saquon drop, he'd be 8-1.
I know. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's frustrating to think, but Hurts always says that, right? Like, if you face adversity, how you come back and do that. Glad we got that out of the way.
What did he say? I didn't walk through the fire just to smell the smoke.
Yeah. He said that shit after he lost the Super Bowl. I'm like, all right, I like that. That's fine. But I think that, like you said, you're one drop away from being 8-1. Saquon put it in a good way, too. That's like, we kind of treated the first 4 weeks before the bye as like preseason, which kind of made sense, right? Like, they're knocking the rust off. None of the starters really played in the preseason, so it kind of showed that, they played sloppy ball. Hurts was on a great run in the offense as a whole without having turnovers for the last 2 games. He kind of backtracked a little bit there, but picked it back up with another 4 TD performance, so I'll take that. And the defense has been playing lights out.
Yeah.
So they're gelling. They're definitely gelling.
Yeah, defense has been crazy.
Yeah,
lately.
Vic Fangio, dude.
Yeah.
I remember after the bye when the Eagles were 2-2, I said I had reasons for optimism. One of them was that Vic Fangio's defense historically, his first year, it takes players a little while to catch on to the system, but you can kind of see it now, man. They've really caught in to the system. Some of the stuff they do with their coverages, it's next level stuff. It's different from what your average defense is going to do. Like, what do you call it? I think Fran Duffy was explaining this on PHLY. He was saying how the Eagles' safeties, they play facing each other kind of, because the way the Fangio defense works is they pass a lot of those in routes. Instead of them going and following the guy, they just pass them, so they're always facing each other. And then you're a receiver running towards that, and you're all confused. You're like, why are they facing?
Right? Why is he looking at me? What the
So it just kind of just discombobulates everything. It helps to have playmakers too, right?
Yeah.
It helps to have Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean. All those guys showed up yesterday, dude.
You're
Whereas
also seeing,
in the past, the Eagles didn't have that level of defense talent. You had Slay, you had Bradbury, who was washed last year, and you had
Maddox, who was always
Shaq
hurt.
Leonard, Maddox, who was always hurt, my boy.
Forgot about Shaq Leonard.
Yeah.
You had Zach Cunningham. You didn't have the same level of talent. that you have
McPherson
now.
back there. You had a younger Blankenship. And also, too, the defensive front is starting to apply that pressure. The first 4 weeks, any of
rush was not
us,
better.
we could have felt comfortable playing quarterback against that front line. They weren't doing anything statistically or historically bad numbers that they were putting up. Where at least now, they're at least getting to the quarterback, a couple sacks here and there, whether that's coming from the linebacker or defensive front. Jalen Carter's being a beast. I mean, it's good to see those guys kind of click in and know that what they're doing and they're kind of locking into it. And the young guys, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, are flying around like crazy. I thought one of them would be really good this season. The other one might show some signs of a rookie, but honestly, I look at Quinyon Mitchell going up against number 1 receivers, and he looks like he's been doing this shit for years in the NFL. It's nuts. And he's big, too.
Yeah, the only guy
he's kind of tall and all that.
The only guy that kind of gave him trouble was Mike Evans, but that was that Bucs game where everyone just looked bad.
Yeah, and he's a beast, too. I mean, I've always liked Mike Evans, but
he's a Hall of Fame receiver.
Cooper DeJean has been really had that great punt return, too. I'm ready for him to pop one off, too, for a touchdown.
I thought he was going to do it.
He's
I
close.
thought he was going to do it.
Yeah, he's real close. But it's just crazy, man. It's good to see the defense kind of click in that way with youthfulness, right? It's good to see, you can kind of take the pressure off of Slay. When he goes down, you're not like, fuck, now we have to... DK Metcalf is going to have, Bradbury on him all game. You have guys that can fill in for that hole anymore. And the offense is... If they don't get in their own way, they can score a lot of points. It's just we're our own worst enemy on offense sometimes.
Yeah, so, if I were to say why I don't feel as though the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders, it's because of the offense, and also, I don't trust Soriano.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got to start calling him Soriano.
I'm
on the Baldiani until he loses one. Because he's, what is he now, 4-0, 5-0? Since the Brittany moment?
I think the past couple games he deserves to...
Yeah, he
have his true name, but
we can't call him Soriano.
Every once in a while, there are some Soriano moments.
But he hasn't snapped out on anybody yet in a little bit, so that's good.
He did have that weird thing this past week where he just basically admitted Hurts had an ankle injury.
Oh yeah,
that was so funny. They were asking him, why was Hurts out for load management or whatever? He's never been out for rest. And Sirianni goes, he's got an ankle injury. And then the Eagles PR staff is in the room. They're saying, no, he's out for rest. he's out for rest. And someone says, yeah, Hurts is out for an ankle injury. What's wrong with his ankle? Sirianni goes, oh, yeah. No, he's out for rest. I thought you were asking about someone else.
That rules.
Yeah.
That was a Soriano-esque moment.
Yeah.
But nah, I mean, also, Hurts, I mean, he's still kind of up and down, inconsistent. Like, even yesterday, he had his moments where he was great. The touchdown passes to Goddard, Johnny Wilson were great. When he trucked the guy for the QB draw.
His running the last 3 weeks has been looking like he was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's got that confidence in his legs again, which is good. But yeah, that red zone interception game was like, okay, great.
I think it was just a great play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was a bad throw.
I don't know.
The throw had to be up higher, I feel like.
Or a second
the
quicker.
throw kind of led the secondary guy into the ball path. I don't know.
Romo was like, he should let and it made sense, like, when you watch it slow like that on TV, like, yeah, if he had thrown it a second sooner, he probably would have got that touchdown there. But he waited a little bit. He hesitated like a second or two too long, and by then it's like, boom, Diggs is right on that shit, or whoever it was.
I think it was Diggs.
And a couple sacks. It's not really so much to me the red zone turnovers, because he's shown this season that he will be aggressive throwing the ball in the red zone, trying to put it in tight windows here and there when they get close. To me, the biggest concern for Hurts is his pocket presence. Like, I don't know if he's not feeling it or what, but like, you're showing us some drives that you have the confidence to go run for 15 yards and you're good to go. Like, okay, wow, this is like vintage Jalen Hurts. You're looking great. But then the next play, he'll stand in the pocket for like 8 seconds.
Yeah, that kills me.
It's like, dude, just throw it away. Like, at that point, and he's not even running around where he's outside the pocket. You're literally just standing there, and it's a 4-man rush. He's not even getting blitzed half the time.
Yeah. And
he's just getting hit. It's like the linemen can't wait that. They don't know where you are. You're not doing anything. Like, you're not helping anybody out at that point. So that, to me, is the biggest kind of, like, his pocket presence is very questionable right now. You can't be getting hit like that and expect to last the rest of the season. 5 sacks in the first half just about, or whatever it was. Like, dude, it's just not sustainable.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 of them he had a couple of weeks, too. He just lays down. He doesn't want to get hit. But, like, dude, that's got to stop.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's, like, the offense still leaves something to be desired. The running offense, they're, like, second in the league.
Yeah.
But passing offense, they're 20th. How are you 20th with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon out of the backfield in this offensive line?
I mean, he only has been, he's averaging, what, 250, 260 a game?
I don't even think he's averaging that much.
He's not throwing the ball. I mean, he'll get a big deep ball, then they run it a little bit, but they're not really dinking and dunking up the field at all. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with the run game. They took Malata off the... He's at least opened up the practice.
I think he's going to play on Thursday.
He's opened the practice window, so that could be fun to get back. But again, shout out to Fred Johnson. He's been looking good out there, all things considered.
Michael Parsons kind of got him yesterday, but Michael Parsons still said to everyone.
So,
but yeah, Fred Johnson, like going back the last couple games against Trey Hendrickson, nothing.
Yep.
Absolutely
Not
nothing.
a sniff.
Yeah. Josh Hines-Allen, I think he got 1 sack. You'll take that. That guy's a beast. And like, I don't know, Fred Johnson... He's a backup for a reason, but Stoughton University has coached him up really well.
Serviceable. You know?
It's not like a horrific one where you're like, I feel like before when Lane Johnson would go out, you're like, fuck, this is it. But you feel good. I mean, they have great guys in there. Mekhi Becton's been looking great week after week as well. No more weird hand injuries or whatever kind of shit he's got popping up. But if he works out fine, that's a great with Malata back in there and Fred Johnson as a backup to plug in at tackle or guard. They're in a great spot right there.
Yeah.
I don't like that weird backup lineman that they put in there when it's scrub minutes to do with the long
Nick
hair.
Gates with the no gloves.
Oh, man.
He's such a weird looking dude.
He looks like your uncle that played football in high school is just like drinking beer at the family event. Like, you know what? Yeah, I used to play. I could have been something. And now he's like playing lineman, getting in fights and shit. Like he's literally getting bullied on the field, and no one's backing him up.
He doesn't even look like built.
His numbers are always so small too. Like he's not even wearing a legit jersey.
He's definitely the strangest looking player on their team.
He just looks creepy.
His like grimy looking tattoos.
He looks actually creepy. Like whenever I see him, I'm like, ew, man. Like, ugh. Lingering and fucking Hurts is doing a post game interview on the field. He's just like creeping around in the background. I'm like, dude, get out of here, man. No one wants to see you, dog.
I missed that.
He looked like he was lost. He was like, dude, I hate to tell you, no one's gonna fucking interview you, dude. Like, get out of the frame, get out of here.
He's hoping for his 5 seconds of fame.
Get in the shower before everybody else comes. You don't creep the whole team out. Like, dude, get on the bus. We'll see you in Philly. Relax.
Yeah, he is a funny-looking man, dude.
And he's always getting shoved around. Like, I feel like every time I see him on tape, he's just getting fucking obliterated.
Yeah. It'd be so funny if he only wore gloves, he would just be like really good.
A Hall of Fame tackle.
Yeah, but he just refuses.
I want my hands out there on everybody.
It's not my vibe.
Not even a single piece of tape.
Yeah,
raw
nothing on his wrists or
He's
anything.
just raw. It's like he knows he's not supposed to be in there.
Need to put my hands on him.
Yeah,
get these hands on him.
He just always looks so confused out there.
Yeah, he's a freak, man. I'm glad he only comes in garbage time. Could you imagine?
It's fine, but I feel bad because like Mekhi Becton's out there too, and he like had to back him up because he was getting bullied by the Dallas defensive line. And he like had to come in and like break it up.
Yeah, he was getting fight. That was hilarious. Nick Gates, our secret weapon, dude, our agitator. Get him out there in garbage time. Just get the other team really pissed. That's the move.
Creep him out a little bit. He's like, ugh. But yeah, great overall win. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess anything else? Oh, I had this thought when we were watching the game last night. Zach Bond is the best Eagles linebacker since, who you got? Fill in the blank.
I don't know, dude.
Gotta be since Trotter.
That's what I said.
Because I feel like Michael Kendricks was really good for a minute.
I started to say Jordan Hicks, but he wasn't here that long.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe D'Amico Ryans was really good when he was here, but he also wasn't here for that long.
That's true.
They had
nobody's been here for that.
Yeah, they had that Simba slash.
Through him.
They had that Simba and Mufasa combo real quick, but
I was thinking about like between two free agent signings, like who do you think has exceeded expectations more, Zach Bond or Saquon Barkley?
Oh, that's tough. Probably Zach Bond.
I think it's Zach Bond just because you weren't expecting anything from him. Like I feel, I know with the Saquon signing, there was a healthy amount of skepticism. It's like, oh, he's kind of getting up there in age. Like that's a lot of money to pay for a running back, blah blah blah, and he's been fucking amazing. But I think we at least knew we were getting like a good running back.
I mean, he's got Zach Bond.
Zach Bond, I mean, he's just guy we kind of just picked up off the scrap heap, and
plus he changed positions. He went from an edge rusher to now an off ball linebacker.
Yeah,
and he's been ranked, I think, 2 of the last 3 weeks, if not back-to-back weeks, the highest graded linebacker in the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean, the guy's he's been efficient. He flies around the ball. Man, a lot of tackles, which I think probably helps out Nakobe Dean as well. He was like, yeah, me and him want to be the best linebackers in the NFL. Nakobe said that to him, and I'm like, I mean, he's got some time for that shit. But Zach Bond with 2 forced fumbles, I mean, what's he got, a pick already this year too?
He's got a pick, 2 sacks, 87 total tackles.
The guy's been everywhere.
Yeah.
Every time you see a play on defense, you're like, he's involved, whether or not he made the tackle or, broke up a pass or whatever. Zach Bond has probably been, I'd say you're probably right with that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Saquon, we kind of had some expectation. Plus, Saquon has a track record for performances like this. And you knew, give him a good offensive line and some other weapons, you knew Saquon was going to pop off. Probably not to this extent, but like you had anticipated, Saquon would put up numbers. Zach Bond, I mean, in training camp, if you would have asked me, I would have said he could very easily just as not make this team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But he's been arguably their most... probably their most indisposable player on defense.
Definitely.
Between him and probably Quinyon Mitchell.
He's your most dominant.
Yeah.
He's your most consistently dominant performer on defense. I mean, he's just been incredible. Quinyon Mitchell for sure has been doing great things, but if you look at the numbers, he doesn't really have that, like...
Yeah,
his pass attempts
numbers
at him
don't pop
aren't,
off.
like... he's been great as a rookie, but like they don't really throw a lot to him. When they do, he breaks it up here and there, but he's not like, oh my God, receivers went 0 for 10 throwing, like, he's not locking everybody down. But yeah, I think Zach Baldwin's been popping off.
Dude, they got to re-sign him. He's only 27.
Although I will say Huff could be up there too in terms of exceeding expectations, probably.
In the wrong way.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say. He's, what's the opposite of exceeded expectations?
Disappointed.
He's failed to meet expectations. Yeah.
And I think they said though Quinyon's been he's played every snap on defense so far this year.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. They said coming into the game at least to Dallas.
Yeah, he's exceeded expectations. Cooper DeJean, too, like you said. You would have
they really
expected
nailed both those picks.
one of them to be good, but not both.
And Romo was busting a nut over all those guys. He was like, I can't believe they have two great starting caliber. I didn't mind him yesterday. We were also kicking ass, so...
Yeah, if the Cowboys were in the game at all, he would have been all about his Dallas.
Yeah.
But
he did roast Jim Nantz, so they were like, about to hit halftime. I was like, good, Jim's got to pee. Jim's like, no, I don't. But yeah, Zach Ball, he's been the man. And I think it's good for Nakobe Dean to have a guy like that next to you.
Yeah.
You don't have like two scrubs trying to figure it out. You have like a sheer dominating linebacker that he can actually learn from. I'm sure Vic Fangio is helping him grow because that's been a tremendous. If they were going to have like a comeback player of the year on defense for the Eagles, I really feel like, or most improved, he would be the guy. Because there was expectations of getting him in the second round too, of like, oh wow, like coming from that Bulldog defense, this and that. But we were almost ready to get rid of him this year.
yeah, I was out on Kobe Dean in training camp.
He's definitely bought himself at least another year.
Yeah, I mean, he had the game-winning interception in the Jacksonville game.
And the way that he broke that down was great. Did you hear about that? Yeah.
When he said he had the same play run on him in training camp and he knew how to read the route.
Yeah.
Said he talked with the offense and he learned from them what to look for. Yeah, that's cool, man.
And that wasn't like the first week. That was, we're talking 5 weeks after the fact.
Yeah.
And then it was just great.
Yeah. No, I mean, everything's pointing upwards, dude. Defense is playing great. Offense is doing enough. We got this big game coming up.
Yeah, man.
So what y'all thinking? We're all the lads are going to be there.
We're all going to be there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well, I was more nervous, I think, before this weekend's games happened about Thursday.
Yeah,
You were telling me you were nervous about yesterday's game.
Yeah.
On Saturday, you were telling me, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like we've been down this road before with this team where, again, despite what my record predictions were, which are doing okay right now, knock on wood, but we'll see. Every week is like survival week for me with that. But it depends on what birds show up. I mean, I feel like with Dallas, the fact that they're so bad, you can afford to have those early turnovers from Hurts and it not really impact the game. Where, you play Washington, they might not necessarily be as forgiving if you give the ball up to them, right?
Right.
They get to the red zone, they're not going to have a Zeke to fumble it. They might have Jaden Daniels keep it or whoever else pop off. However, Washington's red zone offense has been one of the worst in the league.
Really?
Yeah. They haven't been great coming down to the red zone. Now, we've been one of the better red zone defenses, and we've been one of the better defenses in the last 4 weeks. I think we have more sacks than points given up, which is great. But at the same time, it's Washington, and they've had our number. If not beating us, they've been overtime last year with like fucking Heineke.
Yeah, it's never easy with them.
So even going back to the Clinton, I remember as a kid going there when Clinton Portis would play us on Washington.
Oh, you're going back.
And we still could not beat I don't know what it is. Whenever they come to Philly, you can't get in their head. The crowd doesn't affect them. And when they score, I don't know. I almost hate watching them play more than I hate Dallas down there sometimes. But I think we pull it off. I think that they're primed to come back home, get on they see where they're at right now with the rest of the league. You see where you are with the division. It's a great breakaway chance because you're already a game ahead of Washington right now. They're 6-3. We're 7-2. You can take that next leap. And then you have some pretty easy games coming up as well mixed in there for us. I think they win. Won't be as convincing as it was this Sunday, but I think they win.
You got a score prediction?
I'm going to say...
Lions, Eagles, -3.5.
Yeah, I was going to say like 27... I was going to say 27-24, but I think I'm going to have to go 27-20.
Okay. Trevor, what you got?
I think the Eagles pulled out by 3. I think Washington will cover the 3.5.
I don't want it to be that close.
I know. I hope
it could come down to a Jake Elliott like 55-yard field goal or some shit like that, which I would not be surprised at that at all.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Be cool because we will all be there to celebrate. But yeah, I mean, I think it is going to be a close game. Eagles are 3.5-point favorites. I think the Eagles are going to be able to put up some points. Washington is 24th in defensive DVOA. The Eagles are 14th in offensive DVOA. But like I said earlier, the Eagles are second in rushing. And Washington has given up the 4th most rushing yards not per game, all season. that doesn't take into account buys, but they're definitely in the lower half of the league in rushing yards allowed. And I think the other thing that's great for the Eagles that Washington doesn't have the advantage of is we rested our starters starting at the end of that third quarter.
That's true.
Yeah. So our players are going to come in fresh. They had to play down to the minute against that brutal, physical, tough Steelers defense. So yeah, I think Jaden Daniels, he kind of got something of a wake-up call in that game. I think Fangio is going to give it to him even more. But I do think that Washington puts up points just because that's what they do. They're a big play offense, right?
And that's what scares me about them is that you can't. Again, if we have a clean game of football, we win that hands down. But if Hurts comes out and does that bullshit where you're throwing picks and you're fumbling the ball and doing weird shit in the pocket, it could get ugly pretty fast with this team coming into town, especially in the first half.
That's why I think the Eagles are going to try to play a more conservative game plan and take advantage of their weakness, which is run defense. Yeah, I could see the Eagles winning. I've got it at 34-28. Like I said, things will be a high-scoring game. And Eagles cover, but it's still a one-score game. And then we'll go celebrate with a beer in the parking lot and probably all just get ready for work. And we'll be miserable and hungover on Friday, but
we'll also, only miserable if they lose.
We'll also be happy because the Eagles won.
Yeah. Only miserable if they lose. I'll be happy if they win. I could go up to work feeling whatever if they win. Yeah. I just want to be able to talk.
I'll be feeling like this.
I couldn't do that pregame warm-up.
That's John Gruden, right?
Yeah.
That's our that's about to be our song, dude.
Damn, that guy. But yeah, I feel we'll see what happens. But I'm glad all the lads will be down there. It'll be a good tailgate. Cold. Chilly weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably getting cold.
Yeah, what are y'all eating? What's on the menu?
I didn't check yet.
Damn, yeah, the high's only supposed to be 54 tomorrow, 52 Wednesday, and then 51 Thursday. But you know what? I will take this over when it was 85 degrees on Halloween.
Yeah,
what the hell was that all about? That was awful.
Well, we got pulled pork sandwiches.
Ooh, okay. I ain't mad about it.
Well, because when it used to be the wild hogs down there, pig was always the menu we would eat for Washington.
Oh, right.
So we just keep with the tradition. You can't eat I don't know what the fucking commander.
Well, they do have that pig mascot.
Yeah, what's his name? We've talked about him before. Commando?
Swine.
What is it? Let me look at
What is his name? Chief?
Chief Oink?
No.
It's not Chief.
What is his name?
Commander Oink?
Nah. He has a cool name.
Major Tutty.
Major Tutty.
Man, fuck that. Well, anyway, we got pulled pork sandwiches.
We're about to be eating some Major Tutty.
Yeah.
But all right, I think that's it for the Eagles. What do you want to hit next? So we can hit the Phillies real quick. We haven't really gotten to talk about this Juan Soto stuff since the Super Bowl, since the World Series ended.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, obviously that's the Yankees want to try to keep him. The Mets want to try to buy him. The Phillies are going to want to try to keep him. I don't think he's going to the West Coast. I think he's going to stay here. I think that the fact that the Phillies ownership opened it up to some new investors to get $400 million there. I think that probably is a sign that they're going to make a very hefty offer to him.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to get taxed or whatnot. So that's literally what. It's just a matter of how much they're going to offer him and for how long. So they're going to be competitive. I think that's their clear target for the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to make a push.
Yeah.
And John Middleton's a psycho in a good way.
Yeah.
So I feel like he doesn't really care about being conservative in that way. So I think it's just a matter of I feel like the Mets are probably going to put forth the biggest offer, and it's just going to be a matter of does he just want to take the biggest deal, or does he want to come play with Bryce Harper?
He does like a Bryce Harper. I mean, they were together in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to make a deal, or they're going to make an offer. At the same time, this quote from Dave Dombrowski isn't super convincing. This is from the winter meetings. Matt Galbraith was down there for The Athletic. He was talking with Dombrowski as the media was, and Dombrowski said, "Our ownership allows us to do a lot of things, but sometimes that's not what you want. We have a lot of good star players on our teams, so read that as you would." So some of that's probably just him, just like his poker face, but I think there's some truth to some of that too.
Yeah. Maybe just, sort of covering his bases so that people aren't super disappointed if we don't land him.
Yeah. But like, I guess the other question is, how badly do the Phillies how much do y'all want him to be a Philly? So you have to figure that's going to be another 10 plus year commitment. Like, we're talking 40, 50 mil, probably 50 million a year. I mean, it's not a salary cap league, but they're
well, at least he's only 20.
It ain't my money.
It ain't my money. But it's
he's only 26, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
He's in the hunt. He's an MVP finalist in the AL. So yeah, I mean, fuck it. If they have the money, I don't know. I feel like it's tough to. The Phillies were fortunate enough to have a team and an ownership that will go out there and star hunt, as opposed to the Sixers a couple years ago, and they're yeah, we're hunting for stars. We didn't really get anybody.
Yeah.
Where the Phillies, it kind of luckily used to it. We're we want to they get Bryce Harper, right? They bring in Trey Turner, they bring in you're bringing in all these guys that are
Wheeler,
other teams would be lucky to have. So another year in a row of they even made an offer to fucking. What's it called? Yeah, so
there's another Japanese pitcher coming over this year.
Oh, I saw that, but I don't remember homie's name.
I forget.
So I'm pumped to get him. I would be pumped to get him. I'm not we need to get him to solve all our problems. But if they make all this cap room to be able to try to sign him and we get him, great. If we don't, at least now we have the capital to bring in, I don't know, other maybe not superstars, but bring in a Cody Bellinger, bring in a guy, bring in whoever else to fill in the gaps.
See, that's what I would think.
Couple more 4 to 5 year deals as opposed to a 13-year.
That's what I think my preference would be, right? I mean, we're already tied to Trey Turner at the hip for quite a while, and I mean that doesn't look like it's going to go very well. It's early yet. We have Bryce for a while yet. We have Nola for a while yet.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think we saw. In the playoffs, the Mets didn't really have a whole hell of a lot of stars. They had a cohesive unit that had been together for a while, and they beat us. They were just the better team. I think the Phillies have the potential to have some young players in Aiden Miller, Justin Crawford, some young position players that they should rely on a little bit, but I don't know.
It's tough to tell, but they're rumbling around, they're getting their purses out, and they're going to make a big offer. Yeah. And that's pretty much...
I think
Roki Sasaki is the guy's name.
Who?
Roki Sasaki.
Roki Sasaki?
Sasaki. I like that name.
How do you feel about Saki?
I like Saki.
You like Saki?
I don't love Saki.
Saki's good.
I like Saki in the right moment. I don't just drink it.
You ever do the sake bomb thing where you put you get a beer... like a mug of beer or whatever, and you take 2 chopsticks and you put the little shot of sake on top of the chopsticks and you bang on the table and then eventually
no, I never did that.
Yeah,
that sounds like a car bomb.
It's a fun thing.
Is it the Japanese
it's similar
version?
idea.
That's not the kamikaze.
I don't know.
The kamikaze is a mixed drink.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the kamikaze. It's when you get a special at Dirty Frank's.
Yeah.
That's the shot.
The shot is
it's triple sec. All I always taste in it is triple sec. I'm pretty sure it's probably mostly triple sec at this point, especially if they're selling specials for $3.50 or $4 in this economy.
Yeah, I remember one time when I was at, it was when Nick and Monica had their old place, and I remember we went over there one time and we were trying to make cocktails or something, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make everyone martinis. I was like, who wants a martini? I was like, oh, okay, and then I'm making these, and I'm like, oh, these are gonna be great. And then after I finished making them, I realized that what I thought was a bottle of vodka was actually triple sec. So it was just and I tried it, and I was like, no, this sucks.
I feel like I was there for this.
I was like, maybe this will be good. No, it's actually disgusting.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that.
Yeah. It's whoops.
Yeah, I don't know. Sake's all right, dude. Yo.
Yeah, nice warm sake.
I had it one time with gold in it. It was the little gold pepper,
flakes.
Gold flakes.
Yeah,
they didn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very honest. I don't really like sake.
It's a strong flavor, a kind of burntiness to it.
It tastes like it should be higher in alcohol than it is. It tastes like I'm drinking liquor, and it's I'm just drinking rice wine. I don't know, and the taste in the right setting, it's good.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not drinking that shit on a random Tuesday,
you're having a nice Japanese meal, like we're talking some
Yeah, it's something
sushi.
that you'd have like at a restaurant or
Yeah,
something.
some-
It's not.
yeah.
I'm not going out and buying a bottle of sake just to have.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's why you don't see it on the table here, everybody. We don't have that here.
Yeah, not that we have anything against Japan.
No, not saying like that. I just mean like we just don't drink enough to.
Yeah, we like Japan. I definitely like Japan. It's like I've never even been. I just like
I'd
Japanese
love to go
music.
there.
Yeah, Japan would be a great place to visit someday.
Yeah,
the
everybody
pod
says
goes
it's fucking
international.
cool.
Pod goes to Japan.
But all right. What other Phillies news? Oh, they promoted Preston Mattingly to GM, but Sam Folds still the GM too. They have two GMs. It's
Well,
weird.
didn't he go? Isn't one going back to school for a little bit?
Yeah,
Sam Folds
he's going to
getting his
Penn for
MBA
yeah.
at Wharton.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's still technically the GM. It's going to be a slow transition to business ops. Their goal is for him to replace Dombrowski when Dombrowski retires, which means two things. It means like Dombrowski's probably still going to be around for a little while, yeah, which is good. Like I've generally liked what he's done as a GM, like Austin Hayes and Estevez aside, but also like, I mean, if Fold comes up under him, then Fold's going to have the same mentality. Fold will have a really strong relationship with ownership already, and I mean, doesn't seem like a whole lot, but I think that move has really good long-term implications for the Phillies. I was actually kind of excited about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, call me a nerd for getting excited about a team hiring or promoting their assistant GM to GM, but I think it's a good
I think
thing.
it's great. You know,
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of Phillies stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Winter meetings, they were in Texas. Hold up. Here's something else that bothered me. It's like, I don't even know what the first thing I said that was what's bothered me. But why do they call them the winter meetings when they're very clearly in fall?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Well, is it like I don't know. Maybe it's like they're. Yeah, never mind. I have no clue.
Because they call the Arizona Fall League the Arizona Fall League, and that's happening right now. How is that the Fall League?
Andrew
But these are
Painter's
the
killing
winter
it there,
meetings.
by the way.
Yeah, he has been dealing. He's been shoving.
Yeah. Depending on what
He's
kind
probably
of...
he's probably going to pitch a good bit next year. I think he gets 100, 120 innings.
Yeah.
That's like half a season for a starting pitcher these days.
Mm-hmm.
2/3 maybe. So yeah, that'll be exciting. But yeah, we'll have more of the fall meetings. I'm just going to call them the fall
Yeah,
meetings.
fuck
Yeah.
it.
It is
The
definitely
winter
not
of the fall
winter.
meetings.
It was 85 degrees
Especially now how
last
it's
week.
how it's
Need to
feeling
call
now.
them the summer meetings. Miss me with that. Winter meetings. Winter meetings my ass, dude. But anyway,
Bullshit.
what do you want to hit next? The Flyers, how are they doing right now?
They
we
were
gotta
up.
talk.
They were up 2-0.
We got to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
Torts, man. He's being a bonehead.
Oof, 3-2
Oh well,
Flyers.
it's second period.
We're still winning.
So
We'll
winning,
be able to
but-
wrap up and catch the end of this game, probably. Damn, the Stars were smoking the Penguins. The Penguins are ass, dude. I called that one. Not a whole lot else I said was right about the NHL this year, but I called the Penguins being bad.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not good.
Damn, we were up 3-0 at one point. That's not nice, though.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Flyers went 1-1-1 on that Southeast road trip. That's a tough road trip now.
Yeah, that game against the Lightning was pretty impressive. They're like losing the whole game, and then finally tied up at the last minute, and then fucking Fedotov looks really good in the shootout.
Go figure.
You know?
The one game I didn't watch that he looks good.
Yeah. He made some good saves. So maybe it's just, a matter of time and, him having to adjust to the NHL and all that stuff. Maybe he'll be okay. And then the shootout was crazy too. Like there was some really sick. The Flyers, historically have not been very good at the shootout, obviously. But Konechny had a fucking awesome goal. I forget who else was in it, but yeah, they looked.
Tippett had the game winner, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that was cool. And then the Panthers, they just, the Panthers are really good.
I mean, we were out. We didn't really
I
get
didn't
to
really
watch
get a
that
chance
game.
to watch that game, but
no, I mean, Florida. So they're the Stanley Cup champions, right? Like that's a really tough team for the Flyers to even force overtime in that game. Hey, man, I'll take a point at the end of not even a long, but the end of a tough road trip like that.
mm-hmm.
I'll take it. And the Flyers, they were prior to this road trip. I felt like I was watching games, and they would get 10 shots on goal the whole goddamn game.
Yeah.
15 shots on goal the whole damn game. Just, you can't win like that.
No.
But then these last couple games, they got some shots on goal. They had 31 shots on goal against Tampa and 37 against Florida.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like, even watching the game tonight before we came down here to record.
Yeah, the offense was buzzing.
Yeah, the offensive process has changed. And I don't know what it is, but they just look like a more cohesive unit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's just a lot of, a lot of moving parts, a lot of young players still. I mean, we're one of the youngest teams in the league. So there's probably just going to be, I feel like, a little chaotic week to week, I feel like some weeks are going to look pretty bad, and then they'll look better, and it'll, kind of even out in the end. But, yeah, I guess what else is going on? Emil Andre looks fucking great.
Yeah, he was looking good tonight when we were just watching it.
So I think he's pretty much earned himself he's got a spot in that lineup every night. I don't think they're going to be doing anything with him.
Well, he's going to have one for a while, because Jamie Drysdale's
on the IR
injured
now.
again.
Yeah.
I'm over him already, dude.
Dude, yeah.
He's made out of glass, and he's not even really that good.
Yeah.
He can skate fast. That's the one thing he's good at.
Yeah, he's a good skater.
His hockey IQ isn't the best. He's always getting hurt. He's a tiny for like a defenseman.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Like, gone are the days where, like, you have, like, your Chris Tarians of the world.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, you still have to be able to take a hit.
Yeah.
I feel like every time he gets hit, it's just, he's down. He has to come out of the game. And in this case,
I'm curious
he's out
what
for
the
a while.
actual injury is. I know before he had shoulder issues, I think, was what the...
Yeah, he had shoulder surgery in the offseason.
Yeah. So...
Yo, we never talked about this before. Why is it hockey they always just say upper body or lower body
it's so
injury?
annoying. Yeah. They're so cryptic about everything.
Like, Ersson was out with a lower body injury. He, like, twisted his ankle and missed less than a week. You couldn't have come out and said, yeah, like, he rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
It's... Why? What is there to hide? If someone's out...
I don't know.
If someone's injured, it's not like they're playing where someone could be like...
It's got to be something with, like, the CBA. I don't know why.
What is there to hide?
I don't know why they don't want to disclose injury. I don't know. I don't know what the logic is there.
It doesn't make any sense. But Embiid wishes he had those rules, though. But we'll get to him in a second.
Yeah.
But, yo, what do you make of Torts benching Mishkov?
I mean, so...
We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, benching him for the one game, I don't really get as worked up about this kind of stuff as a lot of people do, I feel like. I mean, it's a long season. I don't really mind giving a guy a day off here and there, just whatever, if we're trying to, like, send a little message or just be like, take a day, watch from the press box or whatever. But the fact that they did it, like, twice, that was when it's like, okay, come on, man. Like, this is getting a little ridiculous. And the other thing about that, too, is that it was, I feel like it was a case of one of these hockey guy things that drives me insane is whenever they put out a lineup where they maybe scratch a guy that is usually in or whatever, and they win, it's like, well, we got to do that again. Like, we can't, we got to keep the same lineup in because we won, and obviously that's the key to everything. That drives me fucking crazy. So that part of it is very annoying to me. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, the whole thing with Torts is just kind of becoming an odd situation because obviously everyone knows the plan is that he's eventually going to retire from coaching and presumably move into the front office. Like, they definitely want him still around in the organization or whatever. But it's kind of getting to the point where you kind of feel like he's this, like, lame duck coach. And it's like, how much, I don't know. I mean, at some point I want to see the guy who's actually going to be the coach when they plan on contending to be, working with Mishkov and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand the idea that they want Torts there with some of these young guys to kind of, like, instill that culture that they're going for. But if he's not going to be the guy going forward, it's like, I want to see who the guy is going to be, like, sooner than later. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is going to be his last year, but I feel like we've maybe said that last year too.
Yeah, I think I said this like a year and a half ago. Yeah,
it's just I feel like they're not going to I don't know at what point Briere and the rest of the the top brass are going to be comfortable with like telling him like, I think it's time to, because they're not going to like straight up fire him,
They got to push him into
It's
retirement.
not going to be that, but it's just going to be like, I think it's maybe time to.
It's an awkward
do this transition thing, and like I don't know at what point they're going to be comfortable with doing that.
I mean,
because they seem to just defer to him.
Yeah, he's a prickly dude. I wouldn't want to go to him.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Dude, Torts is like fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Like he's gonna refuse to retire, and then
we need him to fall down and break a hip or something like that.
Oh, he'll still be coaching, dude.
Yeah.
He'll be behind the bench in a wheelchair in a walker. He won't care. He's a hockey man, dude. He's a hockey lifer. But yeah, I do think at some point it's just you can't have him develop the team, then go upstairs in the press box and be like in the front office, and then someone else is responsible for carrying that culture. Someone has to cultivate that culture now.
Yeah, because it's not like, I mean, you're not gonna you can't replace Torts. Like he is his own guy.
Right.
Like whoever they bring in after him is going to have a different style of coaching and a different attitude towards how you deal with players and everything. Like it's not going to be like a 1-to-1 transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Sometimes he just annoys me. Like some of his media appearances. Like when he does like these press conferences and he's all terse,
he's like the one-word answers and
just
shit.
Like, dude, get a grip.
Yeah.
Like, or you remember last year when he just straight up refused to speak to the media for like a week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was sending like someone else out there to do.
It's like like I get it, you're a future Hall of Famer, but like, dude, you still have a job to do.
Yeah.
And, like part of the job is to. I think it was after he benched Coots last year. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And then he just disappeared and didn't say anything for like a week. And then, like, he benches Michkov, and, like, he did talk about it a little bit, but then he starts giving these one-word answers in press conferences. It's like, dude, no. I don't know, man. Like, I get it. Like, that's just what old ornery coaches do. I mean, J.J. Redick's doing it now for the Lakers. Have you seen some of his media appearances?
Oh, yeah.
He's
dude, what a
insane,
dickhead.
He's been storming out every damn one just about. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you have not earned the right to be.
Yeah.
Like, you just started coaching this year, man.
I don't know. I don't get that. Like, I'm not asking everyone to be Brett Brown, where they tell just long-winded stories about their life growing up in Australia. But at the same time, like, you have a duty to uphold, and, like, you have to take some accountability for what you're doing as a coach. But whatever, man. I don't know. We're probably stuck with Torts through the end of this season. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he realizes it's time after this season, but otherwise, I don't think they're going to have the balls to force him out. Or not force him out, but force him into the press box as a front office guy. I don't see it. Like, Briere's probably scared of him. Keith Jones, I don't know. I don't know if Keith Jones is scared of him or not. I have no idea. But Briere is probably definitely scared of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Flyers, it's 3-2. Second intermission.
Yeah.
We can wrap up and go watch the end of the game, I think. It's kind of nice doing an early pod.
I like it.
Yeah. So I guess we got to move on to the most fun team
The most dramatic team in professional sports history.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Yo, where do we want to begin with this?
Yeah, I don't even know. There's so much.
It's so hard to...
Do we just start with the on-court product or, like, everything else?
Man.
I guess we should start with everything else since Embiid's set to come back tomorrow. We can talk about how he'll fix the on-court product after we talk about just him.
Yeah.
So, like, the last time you recorded the pod with Jonah and Andrew, who y'all did a great job. Shout out to y'all. I know y'all were listening. You filled in admirably for us. Yeah, when you recorded the pod with them, that was when the Sixers had this plan.
Oh, yeah.
The plan for Embiid. And I guess the plan was for him to miss the first, 9 games of the season, 10 games of the season.
Yeah.
Well, and then while he's missing games, he's still racking up all this, these newsworthy stories. He gets fined for waving a towel during the Pacers game.
That was insane.
That was BS.
Stupid.
That is the fucking Adam Silver Gestapo.
Adam Silver
full
despises Embiid.
Yeah.
He hates Embiid so much. But so, yeah, first that happened. Or no. I don't even remember this. So they come out with the plan. He says he probably won't play any back-to-backs. Then the season starts, and he's not ready. Then, I guess that Pacers game was like game 3, game 4 of the season. That happens. Then the NBA investigates the Sixers.
They love investigating the Sixers. There's nothing the NBA loves more than investigating the Philadelphia 76ers. It's their favorite thing to investigate.
And they fined them $100,000 because they were inconsistent. What, like, I don't even still really understand what they got fined for.
I don't know.
Like, they didn't,
I
did they
ain't
lie?
gonna make sense of it. What?
They didn't lie, right? I guess maybe they're saying they did. I don't know. They just like to fine the Sixers for no reason.
Yeah. I guess because they didn't like actually designate him with an injury, but we're still keeping him out, and they're not. I don't know. They have that
they're
rule.
playing with. Aren't they playing
know.
the game within the game though? With this whole new like, they want the stars to play, but you can't not play for so many games. But
if he's injured or he's hurt, he's hurt.
Right. But I guess if they didn't,
I think that was the thing. Is
they didn't designate an official injury.
They weren't like saying
they were just
injured.
He's day to day.
They were just like he's not ready.
Yeah.
Yet.
He don't want to play right now.
Yeah. He's not ready.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah, they were.
They weren't like his right knee is, I don't know, or whatever.
Left knee, yeah.
I don't know.
Probably both knees, if we're being honest at this point.
And his brain and emotions.
Yeah, because there's no, there's nothing on the, injury designation thing for the plan.
Right.
You can't just be like, Joel Embiid is out with the plan.
Yeah.
That's not
Where's
a real
his
thing.
injury located? Oh, it's just in the plan.
Yeah,
all right.
It's the plan.
Yeah.
We've renamed him. He's no longer the process.
He's the plan.
He's the plan.
Dude, he should be the plan from now on. Joel, the plan, Embiid, when they do intros.
But yeah, so like that whole thing happens. And then Marcus Hayes, all the homies hate Marcus Hayes, man. He's always
hated
on some
that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was always saying stupid shit about I remember, he would, write a lot about the Phillies and just have the dumbest fucking takes ever. He's always been a piece of shit.
Yeah,
fuck him.
And it's fine to critique Embiid and be hard on Embiid, like a lot of people are. But to bring up his dead brother, he's letting his dead brother and his son down. It's like, you got to have some sense of decency to be writing media, dude. You cannot do that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
We don't even talk like that, and we're 3 guys just sitting here drinking beer.
Well, you never talk about someone's... that's just that's a line that you never
so
cross.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. That's barring worthy. You should have just honestly fucked him up.
So, that's why you remember I sent that text to the group chat when Embiid was pissed. He's like, I done too fucking much for this fucking city. I think it's bullshit. He was clapping right back at that, dude. I've heard Embiid mad. He was pissed, dude. I never heard him that mad before. And then the next day, Marcus Hayes, good for him. Like, he stood on business and went to the locker room and was like, all right, I'll own this. And then him and Embiid got in a shouting match, and Embiid, pushed him, shoved him. What about Keith Pompey? Did you see this?
Oh, what did
when
he
Keith
say?
Pompey was right after it happened, Keith Pompey was like, Embiid punched a reporter. It's like, no one punched anyone, dude. Get a grip.
Keith Pompey, his whole job is just to report extremely obvious things that happen. And so, he doesn't have any ability for, nuance or anything like that. It's just not in his wheelhouse.
He saw a moment, just was shaking. Oh, my God, I got to get this out here real quick.
Do you think every team, has a Keith Pompey on the beat?
Probably.
They have to. It keeps the whole crazy machine going.
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true. But Keith Pompey is our special guy, dude. Yo, the 9/11.
Dude,
the 9/11 alarms.
But you know what's not hard?
Oh, what Blue Chew?
It was the day of 9/11, the anniversary or whatever, and he was doing his little podcast that he does. It's Daily Sixers podcast or whatever, and he's just talking about 9/11. He's like, yeah, just thinking about all the people that suffered and all that. It's really tough. But it's not tough. Is Xfinity cable TV or something. It was whatever he just transitioned into this sponsor
ad.
Dish Network television or whatever. It was so funny. And he also did the Blue Chew read where he was just like, he was just like, I don't need this, but
yo, Keith Pompey is hilarious, dude.
He's a treasure.
But yes, and then he had another tweet like, "Oh man, people remember this Sixers season for all the wrong reasons. They're 1-6, and Joel Embiid just assaulted a reporter." It's like no one assaulted anyone, maybe verbally, but he shoved him like once. Didn't assault anyone. Yeah. But then Embiid was supposed to come back, supposedly anyway. And then he gets suspended for 3 games, and he's going to come back tomorrow.
That was part of the plan, though.
Yeah, him getting suspended.
Yeah, right at the end of now that the NBA wants you to come play, get over the reporter real quick, get suspended for a couple of weeks, and you're good to go. Get 2 more weeks on top of that for rest. Fucked.
Well, he's supposed to come back tomorrow, and they really need him. The on-court product, have you all watched it? A lot of Sixers. I've watched. I
haven't watched
games.
much, to be honest.
I haven't watched a lot. No, the last couple weeks
we caught the end of it last night after the Eagles game, but
that was fun. It was an ugly game finish.
Yeah, I mean, Jared McCain had a nice game.
Helped out.
Cool, I guess.
Mm-hmm. He looked all right. 27 points. I'll take it.
Yeah. He was hooping. But the games that I've watched, they have not been very fun. It's just the offense has no game plan whatsoever. I mean, there were a couple games with Maxey and Paul George.
Yeah.
And then Maxey gets hurt, and you can understand the offense looking shitty. But there were a couple games with Maxey and Paul George, and the offense still just
didn't have it.
Doesn't really I don't know, man. Even watching it last night, Hannah Gaudit was saying it, and Hannah knows ball now. She was like, yeah, they don't do anything. They just stand there, and one guy has the ball, and everyone just looks at him. And I was like, you know what? You're right. That's been most of the games I've watched. And I don't know. I don't think Embiid really fixes all that. I mean, I'm blaming Nick Nurse, the Brendan Fraser of head coaches.
Yeah.
Shout out Jonah. But yeah, Nick Nurse is doing the most, but he's doing the least.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Embiid isn't going to fix everything.
No, and you're just asking for him to get hurt, honestly, if you ask him to go in there and do too much again right off the bat. But I don't know. It's just been an ugly start to the season.
Yeah, all these guys have been ass, too. I wrote it down. I have a bunch of guys that have been ass.
Yeah, Andre Drummond's been ass.
Oh, he's been the worst.
Caleb Martin's not been very good.
Dude, the other night, he was 3 for 8 from the free throw line. He shoots like Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
Eric Gordon looks washed. Kelly Oubre hasn't been good.
Yeah, he's been bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kyle Lowry, He's been fine, but you shouldn't rely on him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
old man River over here.
He's 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It'd be one thing if he was 1 year older than me. He's 3 years older than me, still playing the NBA, playing 35 minutes a night. That cannot happen.
Yeah. So one bright spot is our French lad, Gershon Yabusele.
Oh, he's the man.
He's been looking pretty good.
Yeah. I love him, dude.
Yeah,
the dancing bear.
Yeah.
Yo, he's a big man, dude. That man's burly.
Like a little chunky baguette.
Yeah, but he can dunk now. He can get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and the Sixers have the biggest asses in the league between him and Kyle Lowry.
Dump trucks.
Yeah. Andre Drummond's big. He's just a big man overall.
Big. He's not really toned like that. They got some nice big ass bubble butts. Yeah.
But then Jared McCain. Jared McCain looked great last night. Dude, on the season, he's averaging 10 points.
Yeah.
He's shooting 46% from 3, 46% from the field, 35% from 3, and that number's been ticking up lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to play more. Even when Maxey's healthy, throw him out there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Sixers are 2-7.
Luckily, the rest of the conference is also fucking terrible. I mean, there's only 2 teams in the whole East with a winning record.
And it's Cleveland, who's 11-0.
Cleveland and Boston.
That's wild.
Fucking Doc
the
Rivers.
Bucks look
Bucks.
ass too. Yeah, dude, the Bucks look fucking trash too.
Yeah, and they're healthy. The Sixers' excuse is everyone's been hurt.
Yeah,
the Bucks do not have that luxury.
And the Knicks, too, aren't looking like as powerful as they probably should be either.
Well, Mikal Bridges forgot how to shoot. Did you see his, jumper?
Yeah. I know.
I
picked him up on fantasies, but doing fucking shit for me.
we'll get to see it firsthand tomorrow. In-season tournament starts.
Oh yeah, it is the in-season tournament.
You think they have new
Maybe
courts.
that's why they're bringing Embiid back. It's like, look, we got to take this in-season tournament.
We got to get
seriously.
the chip, baby.
The season starts now.
McCain needs the $2 million. We'll be all right. I don't know, man, but also with the Knicks looking like that too, like they got Cat in there who's been doing well, but it looks like for some reason having the big man run your offense like that does not bode well for your whole team. And it we've tried it, it's not working.
Yeah.
And like you said, you get Embiid back, but what the fuck? You got Embiid,
because they got rid of DiVincenzo, man.
White Dante.
That greasy,
That's what I said.
greasy Villanova culture.
They got rid of that little dirty dog for a big pussycat.
Yeah. Yeah, Cat is soft, dude.
Yeah.
But
you're in Minnesota now.
You saw him talking about that. He said, I love the birds.
oh, he's an Eagles fan?
Big Eagles fan.
Oh, never mind. I take that back.
Oh, really?
They said, who's your favorite bird? He goes, all of them.
Damn. So the Knicks have Jalen Brunson, who's from here. He likes the Eagles. Yeah. They have Cat and Mikal Bridges. You know he likes the Phillies a lot. Yeah, damn, the Knicks are trying to make us like them?
Yeah,
no, I don't like them like that when we play them. But yeah, they like the Philly teams.
There's only one. Oh, the only team in New York that has my heart, my Liberty. They won the finals.
Yeah,
Since the last time we recorded, my Liberty won the finals.
Yeah.
If I had any 99 bananas, I'd do a shot. But yeah, there's only one New York team that has my heart. It's the New York Liberty. So the Knicks can try. Hell no. They're our rival, dude. You ain't getting nothing from me.
Yeah, fuck that. Although
the Sixers... So what do you think? You think the Sixers are going to win the in-season tournament?
Fuck no.
I mean... Damn, why are you so dismissive?
That's just how I feel.
You're that down on the Sixers. Jeez.
That's just for right now, that's just how I feel. That's all. I think they'll probably make a good run at it, but I don't see them winning it.
Are they doing those goofy courts again?
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be as abhorrent as the red
they toned
one.
It down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as much of an eyesore. We'll find out tomorrow.
I say all that. I didn't even look to see who they play.
Yeah, they're at home.
I didn't even see who they play.
Yeah, they play New York tomorrow. Who else is in their group? Orlando, who Paolo Banchero's like out with an oblique injury.
Yeah, he's out.
Yep.
The Nets, who the Nets have surprisingly been okay. Ben Simmons has been all right, dude.
I almost picked him up. He's been looking pretty good.
Yeah, he's been all right. He's like nowhere near the player.
Bring him back.
He's nowhere near the player he was, but he's been serviceable.
All right, that's what Embiid needs.
And then I think the other team is Charlotte, who we just beat,
which was a very close. I mean, pushing overtime. All right, we could do it.
That's a winnable.
It's not that hard. New York's the hardest game.
Yeah.
I still say no. I'm so confident. No. No knock on the whole bigger picture of the season, but they just haven't really shown anything.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like, what am I basing it off of? Nothing. I haven't seen Embiid yet this year. No one's, again, we're in that same cycle where
we don't really know what this team's really going to look like.
We're in the same cycle of, like, we haven't seen them play together at all. You have one, or then someone goes out, or then two's back, but then they're gone, or he's, like, there's
And then whenever someone's out, one person's out, they look bad.
Right.
So, yeah.
They're so dependent on the big three playing together, but you're not going to have Maxey for a minute now.
He should be back in, like, another week or so.
I think I said they expect them back around Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. So, wow.
It's enough time.
Well, that's not that long. I mean, that's a couple weeks.
But still.
Well, Jared McCain, baby. He's going to get to play. That's cool. But, yeah, this is a take. This is probably going to age very poorly, but I don't care. My take is the Sixers are a play-in team, and they don't make it out of the play-in.
Damn.
I don't know, man. Like, think about this. They're already climbing, battling adversity with all these injuries, right? And then when everyone does come back, they barely play together. Like, they haven't played NBA basketball together. Like, Embiid hasn't played a single game with Paul George. Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George haven't played a single game together. The bench players, or not the bench player, the role players outside of McCain and Yabusele already can't do anything right. So, like, they're all going to have to learn how to play. That's why it was so important for Embiid to play at least some of these first few games. But they decided to stick with the plan, thinking, we're going to have him healthy for the playoffs. You got to, like, have a good enough record to make it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. They need to find a movie to watch together a lot.
I mean, like I was saying, the one good thing is that the rest of the conference is also really bad, so they're not like buried right now.
They're only a few games out, but like,
even though they're at the bottom of the conference, they're still I mean, normally I would be worried that they've dug themselves too big of a hole, but given how the rest of the conference is shaping up, they can definitely work themselves out of it. But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to feel good about right now.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
So I mean, skepticism is pretty warranted.
Yeah, I mean, they have to run off they have to win 6 of their next 8 or 8 of their next 10 for me to be bought in. But yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time before Embiid sits because of the plan. They have a back-to-back on Wednesday. So they play tomorrow, they play on Wednesday against Cleveland. He's not going to play both games, so that's going to be another L. If they lose tomorrow, then you might as well put it on the board. They're going to be 2-9 because there's no way they beat Cleveland.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. What's the Yogi Berra quote? It gets late early. Not Yogi Bear, Yogi Berra.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it gets late early. Yeah, it gets late early, and I think it's getting late early.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but
there's been
just
no signs
what I've
of,
observed watching the games and knowing how banged up they are, I don't know. I don't see it. We'll see. Whatever. I could go on. I'm very negative on the Sixers right now. I have more notes. The window is closed.
I think it's a fair point. I think it's fair to be negative.
It's a long season.
There's been no positive as a greater whole to be I could see them doing it.
Yeah,
now.
I hope I'm wrong. But even if they do turn it around, what is a turnaround? They're already definitely not going to catch Cleveland. They're already 7 games behind Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably looking at
they're already
the 4th, 5th seed.
Yeah,
something like that.
Doesn't get it done. I don't know. Whatever. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I would like to avoid the play-in, but beyond that, I don't know if it really matters that much where they get seeded because it's you're gonna have to beat those teams at one point. Even if they end up having to play Boston the first round, it's
let's get it over with.
Beat them at some point.
Let's get it over with now. At this point, it's the
know.
healthiest Embiid will be if you get him early in the playoffs.
We'll see. He's gonna get hurt again.
I mean, that's a guarantee.
Those knees are destroyed, dude. But whatever. Like I said, I don't want to be too negative. I know some people are probably listening to this right now being damn, he's really down on the Sixers. What's his problem? I don't know, man. I'm just not
a realist.
It. Yeah. But no, we got to move on or I'll just keep burying them. Do we have anything else? Do we have any we didn't talk for a month. There's no current. Well, the election happened. I feel any other current events.
What
no one
current
really
event
cares.
happened? I don't really know what happened recently.
The drought.
Yeah, nothing.
It didn't rain for a month and a half.
Drought.
Yeah, it didn't rain for a long time.
It rained yesterday. That was cool.
It was nice to smell the rain.
Yeah, that felt great.
Yeah.
I was walking home from Nick's.
Fucking
damn.
Dean's neighbor's house caught on fire.
Yeah, the whole back of
damn.
the house was just burnt.
Damn.
Yeah, the AQI was all bad yesterday, dude.
Yeah, gotta keep an eye on that AQI.
Mm.
Hey,
I had the windows open all day.
you're breathing in that toxic air.
Yeah,
The
well,
carbon monoxide ass air.
we don't have those alarms, so I didn't know what they were setting off all these carbon monoxide alarms. I'm pussies.
I don't think it's that bad yet.
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
all right.
It wasn't.
It
that
wasn't
bad.
like that day when we came
it
over
was
here.
smoky. Yeah, we could have.
It was just
we risked
hazy.
life and limb to record that pod, dude.
I was walking
Yeah.
over smoking a cigarette. I'm like, I can't even see City Hall yet.
I couldn't even see right down the street.
Mhm.
That was wild.
That was real weird.
Well, that's probably going to be our new
What
normal.
was that though? Was that Canada? Who was on fire?
That was
It was
Canada.
'cause- the Canada wildfires.
Thanks, Trudeau.
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah,
can't blame Trump
yeah.
for that one. We'll be able to blame him for the future droughts and all this other nonsense.
He was in there then, though.
Huh?
He was in there then.
Well, I mean, he's going to be now, and we're going to have a bunch of droughts and all this nonsense. Now I
Yeah.
feel bad for all those times I was playing those goofy Trump clips. He won, so now,
Yeah, we flipped. Yeah,
Yeah.
we single-handedly, accidentally flipped PA.
yeah, we
Whoops.
influenced the voters.
Yeah, sorry, everybody.
But whatever, man. I mean, Trevor, at least you didn't have to drink pee this time.
Yeah, no. I didn't. I'm not. No, not making any bets on that kind of stuff anymore.
The piss video is one of my favorite videos of all time.
Yeah, Hey, man, I'm a man of my word. I follow through on what I say.
It had a tangy, gelatinous quality to it. Oh man.
Well,
is that it?
I think.
Well, Trevor's got to close us down.
I was a
Oh yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in, listening. Please leave us a 5-star rating and review every your podcast. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Peace.
Go Birds.
Good.